welcome back to Vlogmas.
Day.
Question mark? Day, I don't know.
It's
all blurring together, guys. Today, on Vlogmas,
we're saving you hundreds of dollars.
Hundreds, maybe 100.
Maybe
plus
maybe $150.
So, we really are though. We're trying to save you some money and get you some cute stuff. Okay? So, are we allowed to talk about the company? No. There's a company
that is selling a very cute bed skirt, or not bed skirt,
not bed skirt.
tree skirt for $178.
Is that the real price?
That is the real price.
$178. It's outrageous because what it is, you can make yourself for like $20, $25. And we're about to show you how to do that.
I actually can say who it is, because we're gonna say.
Okay, we can say it.
Anthropologie.
You probably already knew. You probably already guessed. Yeah, Anthropologie.
Ours will be a little different because we couldn't find the fabric and we're trying to make it an easy DIY.
Yeah, well, yeah, and honestly, the fabric that they used
wasn't significant.
It wasn't. It literally just looks like it's off-white. And you can see that there's a pattern on it, but it's just, it's so insignificant. You're just like, I don't care.
And isn't this funner?
I don't know if you can tell, but we're using a Sherpa. And we bought this at Joann.
Sorry.
Yep. And actually, this was like $9. And then...
How much of it you got? A yard and a...
A yard and a quarter. And then we've got...
A lot of yarn.
Yarn.
That's honestly where most of the money went. So if you actually have a bunch of yarn, you already like...
Yeah, if you already have yarn, gosh. And also, you don't have to get as many colors as we did. If you just get like 3 colors, you could literally spend less than $20 on this project. And it will still look stinking cute. Stinking cute. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this piece into a tree skirt.
Circle.
I was waiting for Hazel to stop barking.
She's so bad.
Yeah, we're gonna... She's getting closer. I'm gonna show you how to cut it into a tree skirt, which is a circle.
With a slit in it.
With a slit.
But we chose this. You could use fleece or any kind of fabric.
If you wanted to do it even cheaper, you could get felt, which is what a lot of tree skirts are made out of. But this is just way more stylish and interesting.
Because it's more textured. But the thing is, you just want to choose something you don't have to sew the edge to.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. I couldn't remember what it was. You don't have to sew, which is a bonus. Okay. Yeah, you don't have to sew at all. That's lovely. So it's gonna be kind of hard to show you just because of its close corners here, sitting on a stapler. But what you're going to do is fold your fabric in half and then half again, okay? You don't really have to see that to know what to do. And then make sure that the edges are really lined up because that was not. It's not lined up. You really want them to be lined up. You want to be able to make the biggest circle you can.
I will say this Sherpa seems like it's going to shed a little bit, but not in a way that it's annoying.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine, Samantha.
You can sew, like, hem the edge if you want to, if you like hemming circles. It's terrible, but...
Samantha would know. This is the raw edge.
There's like all the raw edges are on that side.
And this is the folded edge.
There's 2 folds here and 1 fold here. You get it?
You understand?
You get it? Okay. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this side and fold it into a triangle, okay?
Okay.
Okay. And you're probably gonna have some excess down here. Whoa, that's not perfect. It's gotta be perfect. So you're going to take a piece of yarn and hold it up at this corner and measure it over to the shortest piece here. Then you're going to just keep your hand in that place and put the yarn right along this edge. And then you're gonna mark right there. Okay. And I'm just going to measure again. Make sure you pull it tight so you're, you know, not measuring too short when you get over here. Make sure that's right. And then I'm gonna repeat it. And then before I cut that, I'm going to do and make a little circle right here. Really, you could just cut this, but I'm gonna try to make it a little nicer. So I'm gonna measure probably about 3 inches. Mark here and here.
Paint this town in colors, but they hold nothing next to you.
And just cut it out. I'm not gonna be able to cut all these layers, so I'm just gonna cut the first fold and then I'll go back and do each layers.
I'll be home for you.
So I've cut the bottom and the little tiny part at the top. Let's unfold it. Here you have it. You can't tell, push it down. But it's a circle with a circle in it. We're gonna cut the slit at the end. That was Casey's brilliant idea. It just came to me.
Here to work.
So for now, we don't need this anymore. I mean, we will at the end, but we don't need it right now. Now we're gonna work on the tassels. Pro tip, if you don't work with yarn usually, make sure you don't take the end that's on the outside of the yarn. Take the end that's on the inside of the yarn.
You will learn the hard way.
Yeah. This way you don't have the yarn doesn't, the roll doesn't just keep rolling and then it just gets really messy. And this is not the messy way to do it. You'll get some of this, but you can take that apart really easily. We both have a piece of 2x4, but you can use whatever you want.
A book.
We're going to make our tassels about this long, maybe, yeah. So that's why this is good for us, but if you want to do a book, you want like a really long tassel, it just needs to be as long as you want your tassel. We're just gonna start wrapping. Don't wrap it too tight because you do need to get under there at the end. So you don't have to tie your knot or anything, you just like hold, let me just show you this way. You just like hold the yarn, not the pink, but mine's pink. And you just start wrapping it and it'll stay after you wrap a few things around it. From the pole to the ceiling, it's that time of year.
Tassel time is here.
Happy holidays. So yeah, definitely.
You have no idea what I'm doing over here.
What the heck?
I do not approve of your color selection, but we'll see. It looks like school colors right now.
Yeah, it does, but there's other stuff in there. What?
Just move on.
No, I can't have something that you think looks like school colors.
Oh boy, I wish I'd never opened my mouth. This looks like a circus.
You might want to coordinate a little better.
Usually you won't be working with somebody else on this project, so it won't really matter. But
Okay, so now what you need to do is cut a piece of yarn. This is very excess, but you're going to lift up what you just did and slide this under there, which is why it's better if you didn't do it as tight as I did.
same.
So it should look like this. I'm just gonna slide the yarn up to the top part, and then I'm gonna tie it. Just a classic regular old knot. Ooh. And it's better if you have a friend because they can put their finger right here so you can tie your knot. That probably could be a little tighter, but like a circus. It's fine. All right, then we're going to, on the opposite side of what the yarn you've tied already, you're going to cut. Okay.
We own approximately 95 pairs of scissors, but for some reason
There was only one right here.
I brought one over here.
Okay. Now we have a very, very fat, looks like a wig. I'm gonna show you how to do this the professional way. This is one of my favorite knots. I used it on the macrame swing. And it just hides all the knots, okay?
I have no idea what's about to go down, guys. I want you guys to tell me what you think it means when somebody you know has a favorite knot. Like you think you know someone and then you find out they have a favorite knot. It just changes everything.
I'm gonna show you how to tie this invisible knot, okay? So you're going to lay your tassel down. You've got the part that you've tied at the top here, and then just contain it, okay? So we're gonna take some yarn that's still attached to the skein.
Yeah, I think so.
And you're going to fold the end in half like this. And you're just gonna lay it down right on top.
The fold at the bottom.
The fold is at the bottom, okay?
The
so
loop.
Kind of have a loop, and that is at the bottom. So you just lay it on there, and then you're going to, with that on there, grab the tassel. And this is how you're gonna kind of contain it so you can wrap around. There we go. And you see that I've got this piece right here from where I laid that piece on. You just need to make sure that's there, okay? So we're just gonna start wrapping the red yarn around. You can decide how many times you want to wrap it. You can make it thicker. I'm probably gonna do like 5 times, okay? And then after 5 times, I'm just gonna cut that yarn pretty long. And just keep everything in your hand. If you need to switch hands, that's fine. But you need to find your loop, which is here. And then the strand that you just cut, you're going to stick through the loop from the top to the bottom, okay? So you're just pulling it through. And then we're gonna lay the tassel down, and you're gonna grab this first end and pull. And then you'll pull both ends eventually. You'll see that it's starting to, the loop is getting smaller. Let me show that to you again. When you pull the thing at the top, the loop just gets smaller and pulled up into underneath this little wrappy thingy, and you just pull these both really tight. And you can let this one, you can just trim it to be the same length as everything else, and this one you just cut.
Is anyone else's mind blown that that is a secure knot? I don't understand it, but hey, I don't have to.
Basically it hides it. I could cut that shorter and hide it. It just like hides any, you don't see any knots. It's just, yeah. So now what we need to do is tidy this up. This is not very Anthropologie, okay? The first thing you want to do before trimming, because is pull out your straightener, and I'm not kidding. So you really, we kind of need them to not be this chubby, but you're literally just going to straighten your yarn. Did you see that? It's very satisfying. And
I don't know what heat you can do this on, but I don't have it on the hottest heat because, you know, you might want to just test a little.
I need to do that. I need to do it again. But first, you want to get them all straight, and then you want to trim it perfectly.
There is nothing else I wish for. Won't you make my dream come true? Let's not wait another year.
There's mine. Let me see yours again.
Yeah, and you know, you're gonna, yeah. You're gonna wanna, make sure they're all the same size.
Now we have to attach these. Yeah, get your tree skirt. What is wrong with you?
Well,
She sat on the straightener. She burned her
finger.
Oh, you burned your finger. This next step, you're gonna want something called a yarn needle. A yarn needle is just like a sewing needle, but it's not really that sharp on the end. And it's got the eye big enough to put a piece of yarn through.
Fancy that.
So to attach this to this, we're going to put this yarn through the eye.
Ooh, wait. I've heard this one before.
Oh my gosh, I've heard it a million times when we've been doing this.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean before this?
Oh boy, I'm bored.
I did it! Okay. Get your yarn on there. Alright, I'm just guesstimating about an inch away from the edge. And I'm just sticking the needle through it, okay? Dang it. And then once it's through, we're just going to, what you want to do is pull the yarn enough to where this tassel is touching the edge. And then you're just going to, underneath here, tie the two strings together.
Gosh. Look what she did there. You guys, our tree skirt that we have right now is one of those that your granny had. It's like red. I mean, it's not cool at all. This is about to make it 20 times.
Yeah. I mean, it's not, it's like
Classic.
vintage. What is the word?
Classic.
No, but what's the word?
Chic.
Kitsch. It's like kitschy. Then we just cut the excess off. I just tied regular, like 2 knots, possibly 3. I'm using a measurement device now because Casey's gonna have a heart attack.
Rulers.
This is not a ruler, this is measuring tape. But I'm going to measure 12, is that what you think? 12 inches?
Yeah.
Or less than that. 12, because we will have to do 500 of these.
100.
Another thing you can do is wrap tape around the end.
Ooh.
To get it in there.
What I was leaning back to show you is the star of the internet. This guy.
The star of the whole internet, apparently. Okay, so we're just going to repeat this around the whole edge, and we're not gonna make you watch us do that.
Oh, one thing we did not mention yet, which...
Oh, the cutting. Basically, when you're done, when you put all of these on, you can cut a straight line from the outside edge to the inside edge, and you have a tree skirt on.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much.
We hope you try this DIY out.
I'm not drunk either, guys.
Wait.
What is this doing?
Please try this out and take photos and tag us in your DIY.
Yes, we love.
Yeah, we love seeing what you guys do with our instructions.
Brings us.
If you have any questions, just ask us in the comments below. Thanks for joining us. Come back tomorrow. Oh, and subscribe.
Subscribe.
Of my only wish. I don't need a perfect snowman, and I don't need the bells and boughs, but I'll be home for you.
James,
Started doing something different.
my favorite, you guys can't see, but
You can see it.
I mean, you can't see the leg work.
Oh, because you're sitting
Because
down.
I'm sitting down, but
What is the leg work? Like a
like this.
gallop?